It's 97 degrees outside. I'm sitting out in my backyard, and it's horror month.
Light them up.
I got a real good eye for prime meat. Runs in the family.
I haven't even opened mine up yet.
Open it too.
I got, there's some styrofoam in here. What the heck is this?
Did you ever get a cigar cutter?
I gotta cut it off?
Yeah.
I got scissors. I brought scissors, Lee.
Clip the tip of it. Just clip it.
This is stupid. Cut it off.
Alright.
Now all the crap's falling out of it. Alright, here we go. Alright, take, oh Lord, it's gross. Okay. I believe it's lit.
Alright.
When they made the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Tobey Maguire. I don't think it's working. I think it went out.
Puff on it, Dave.
Tell them the reason why we have cigars, Big Red, and Dr. Pepper, Vince.
This is because Tobey Maguire, while he was directing the movie, the one thing that Toby Hooper, the director, Toby Hooper, always had a cigar and a Dr. Pepper handy.
And he also had Big Red all over the entire set for the crew, and you know, even the corpse. I can't remember what the corpse name was.
Nubbins?
If you watch the movie closely, you'll see Nubbins drinking a Big Red at the dinner table.
Whoops, gonna burn my hat.
Wow, that's bad. Holy crap, that tastes horrible.
So, we're here to talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Yes, we do have a review here of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. The buzz is back.
Sexer the Saw.
This actually came out a little while ago. It's not new. I mean, it's probably a couple months old now. And when I ordered it, I believe I got the poster with the amazing artwork here on the front of it with it as well.
Like other Scream Factory Blu-rays, you can put the original poster on the Blu-ray cover. So there's the original poster with the back to school.
Okay, we got Tobey Maguire and Back to School. We're doing really good for horror month so far.
And inside, 2 discs. One's the movie, one's the bonus features, and pretty cool artwork on the discs.
My take on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is I loved it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was inventive. I loved the characters in it. I actually thought Leatherface in it was better in this than he was in the first one. Even though Gunnar Hansen was amazing, I just like the portrayal of him in this one better.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Leatherface in this one a lot. Even though, like you said, Gunnar Hansen did a fantastic job, but he was also the first Leatherface.
Did you ever have Big Red? Oh my God, it's the worst tasting crap ever.
No, I've never had it.
Here, try it. Oh, were you saying something, Bill?
But the one person that stood out for me more than Leatherface was Chop Top.
I told you.
It tastes like bubblegum.
It tastes like crap. Oh my God. You know, Chop Top, and the weird thing here is he should be such a classic character in movie cinema. And he's not really. I mean, to us he is, but he should be up there with Freddy or Jason or Michael. He should have had his own freaking movie. He was so spectacular in this film.
Music is my life.
So let's get into the extras, because there is a ton of extras, of course, being at Scream Factory. So first of all, let's just get it right into the brand new 2K HD scan. What we are looking at right now is the original HD transfer from Chainsaw, which is on disc 2. Alright, here we go. The brand new 2K scan of Chainsaw 2. And I was going to do a comparison between the original HD transfer to the new 2K transfer. I can really see a difference. It's much brighter, much clearer. I don't see as much grain or dust in the film. It's really apparent here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but while you're watching it, you can really see the specks, the dust, and everything in the darker areas of the movie here. This is a 2K version. As you can see, there's almost no dust or grain at all in the dark areas, and you can actually see more detail within the dark areas as well, which is really cool.
So to see it like this, it's like crystal clear, and compared to watching it on there, where it's like dark and you could barely make out what's happening or can tell what's going on. It was just terrible.
Alright, so now we have 3 commentaries on here. 3 of them, Vince. And the first one's brand new, and I think the other 2 are the older ones, but I never heard any of them, so they're all new to me. The director of photography, Richard Corus, and production designer Carrie White, and script supervisor Laura Cordes, and property master Michael Sullivan. I didn't realize there were that many people on there.
Yeah, there's like 4 people.
This first commentary was not very good. It's a bunch of people, and they're older people, and they're the type of people who don't really understand the concept of commentary. They think they're there to watch the film and not say anything. That's not the point of commentary, people.
Quite a few long pauses between when they're talking, and you can tell they get kind of lost in watching the movie.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the stuff they say is interesting, don't get me wrong. Some of the stuff that they bring up and talk about is interesting. But for the most part, it's like, I don't know, it's really boring. I thought it was boring. It's really drawn out. It's really boring. I was not a big fan of this commentary at all.
Okay, so what's the next commentary, Dave?
It's actually a commentary with Toby Hooper, and there's another guy, which is not even mentioned on here, and he kind of, it seems like a lot of times when you listen to a commentary, it's like that, where you have somebody who is with the actors or the director and talks to them, so they just don't sit there with nothing to say.
It's kind of strange because when you see him later on in the Blu-ray and all the behind-the-scenes stuff, he's like really hyper. He's always got the Dr. Pepper and the cigar, and he's like running around, yeah, do this, do that, do that. And then you hear him on this commentary, it sounds like he's half asleep.
Toby Hooper just kind of seemed bored with the whole thing. You know, like maybe he's talked about it so much now that he doesn't even want to talk about it anymore. And the one thing that really annoyed me, jumping back to the first commentary, because I just remembered this, is every time they showed a Tom Savini effect, they just cracked up. They thought it was the funniest thing ever. But it's not funny. It's awesome looking. It's great work of art. It's a great special effect, and they just thought it was goofy and funny. And even today, all the stuff still holds up, and I found that really insulting.
On the third commentary, we have the cast of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. We have Caroline Williams, who played Stretch. We have Bill Moseley, who played Chop Top. And then we have Tom Savini, who did all of the special effects. It was the most entertaining. It was so freaking funny and hilarious just listening to it, and it actually was informative. Whereas sometimes these people get together and they just talk and laugh and talk and laugh, and you don't get anything out of it really, just them goofing around. But this one actually did have quite a bit of information about the movie, as well as it being funny and goofy.
Next extra we have is something called It Runs in the Family Extended Outtakes. Now this is on disc 1, and I find it so weird that this is on disc 1 because it's basically outtakes of stuff that's on disc 2.
Right, the actual documentary that this comes from is on disc 2.
And this documentary has the guy who plays LG, I can't remember what his real name is, and the screenwriter. And this is basically stuff that they just cut out of the documentary.
It's Kit Carson and Lou Perryman.
The next 3 extras on here are still galleries, theatrical spots, and TV spots.
It's actually interesting to watch because I hadn't seen those in so long. The TV spots, there has to be like 20 of them. Again, it's interesting to watch those because the TV spots I actually remember more than the trailers.
Up next is the behind-the-scenes footage compilation. And basically what this is like somebody who's on the set with a video camera, which is what it is, and they're just filming behind the scenes stuff while the movie's being made.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, and this is where you could actually see Tobe Hooper in action, and it was actually a little more entertaining than his commentary.
And they actually, somebody did an interview with Chop Top, and he's just standing there talking like a regular guy, and I found it really interesting. They're like asking him weird questions or questions of that day or whatever, and you know, he's just sitting there just talking about whatever, and it's just really weird.
Like it's a normal day, any normal day, and then as soon as he became Chop Top, he was, it was like instantaneous. He went from Bill Moseley to Chop Top.
Next is alternate opening sequence.
This is exactly what it says it is. It's an alternate opening. You see the credits, and they did something different with the credits.
There isn't a whole lot here. It's just a credit sequence, and they're showing, I believe, the moon or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like that. That's pretty much it. It's just the moon.
So next is something that is really, really, really interesting here, to me, at least, is the deleted scenes. These
were pretty interesting, and a couple of them I can understand why they took them out, and then there's a couple of them I kind of wish they would have left in.
We have House of Pain, which is a bunch of people talking about how they did the effects for the film.
And they talked about Tom Savini and how funny he was and what it was like to work for him, but Tom Savini himself isn't in it.
But it's a great extra. I mean, it's really informative, really good extra, and I enjoyed it quite a lot.
The next extra is Yuppie Meat.
Now this is pure Scream Factory right here, Vince. This is why I buy Scream Factory discs, why I give my money to Scream Factory, and I swear that Scream Factory is the best company out there that makes horror movies. This extra right here is because of that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I watch Scream Factory discs, is for stuff like this.
And here you got two guys that were in the film all of 10 minutes, if that, and they're killed right in the beginning of the movie. And Scream Factory gets both of these guys, sits them down, and interviews them. And I just found it so cool and fascinating to hear how these people got their job, what they did, and it's just, you know, it's something that no other video company would even bother doing. It's just, okay, these guys are sort of throwaway yuppie people in the beginning that get killed. But it's really awesome to hear what they have to say.
The next extra is cutting moments.
This is about this little short fat guy who edited the film, and he basically sits there and talks about how he got the job of editing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And again, what a great extra. I mean, this guy's pretty funny, and it's really fascinating to sit there and listen to how he just got the job editing, and that's what it is. It's not so much about him editing the film or about, you know, technique. It's just about how he got the job.
The next is Behind the Mask. It's an interview with Bob Elmore, who played Leatherface as his stunt double, and he was the one that actually did all the lifting the chainsaw and throwing the chainsaw around, the whole chainsaw dance and the whole thing. He's the one that did that. They filmed him for one scene, and you know, and he's lifting the chainsaw and moving the chainsaw around, and he says, "I did my thing, and then I walked off." And he says, "I'm getting out of the." He was getting undressed, and he got almost completely out of the makeup and everything. And they came back in and said, "Hey, we need you to come in and play Leatherface again, because the other guy that was playing Leatherface couldn't lift the chainsaw."
Next extra is one of my favorites on any Scream Factory disc, Horror's Hallowed Ground.
The return of Horror's Hallowed Grounds.
You know, I go through all these other extras, which are usually really great, but I'm always looking forward to this.
I look forward to this on Scream Factory discs.
However, Vince, with this one, there wasn't a whole lot left of Chainsaw to look at, because half of it's gone.
Because they actually filmed it in a warehouse, or a newsprinting warehouse, and it's demolished now. All it is a parking lot.
He goes around to, it even goes to the place where they had the chainsaws, you know, where, oh my aching banana guy.
Oh my aching banana.
It's really fantastic stuff, fantastic.
So the next thing is also something I look forward to with Scream Factory discs as well, and that is a behind-the-scenes featurette where they usually bring back as many people from the cast as they can, and they put a whole documentary together, and this one is no exception.
And this one actually does have Tom Savini in it.
Right, it does. But they also included Caroline Williams and Bill Moseley and Lou Perryman, and this is the stuff that they kept in, as opposed to the stuff that they cut out and put on the first disc.
What I find so amazing about this is that Tom Savini has most or all the same appliances he used in the movie. He still has them, like the one where he cuts the mask, the face off of LG. He still has that mask. He still has a ton of stuff from the film still.
And he still has the lighter and the hanger.
Bill Moseley on this was great. I mean, he still had the vest he showed, and he showed the close-up of the buttons on the vest, and he still had the freaking teeth. He still has chop-top teeth.
Yeah, like the 30-some-odd years since they made this film didn't even pass.
Just a spectacular documentary here. It's really informative, and it's cool to see these characters again. And it was great. They kept it was great.
But yeah, this is a fantastic documentary, and this is what
really
we pick up Scream Factory discs for. This is it. Awesome. It's just packed with awesome stuff in this Blu-ray disc. I highly recommend picking this up.
Unbelievable.
What can I say? For me, it is the Golden.
So in all, I would say, you know, because it's about to start raining on me here, that this is. Now this is up there. This is up there with The Fog, and up there with Day of the Dead, and up there with Phantasm 2. I mean, those are some of the best Scream Factory discs ever, and this is up there with those. It's that good.
Because you'd never skip on the meat. Hold on, I'm enjoying the moment.